Oh yeah, it's bird brain time. Day 2. What are your thoughts? Take my notebook. Take Brayson's statement. Summarize the current case. Aaron's not guilty. Someone is, framing. There was an incident, some, medicine got, swapped. The medicine got to the wrong places, and Moko's very upset and thinks it's Aaron's fault, despite the fact that's probably not Aaron's fault. There you go. Drop medicine pack. Take that. Come on, Momiji. Talk to me, girl. What are your thoughts? I said there aren't many relate to the case earlier. I could be mistaken. Really, why? There are only 4 people who were at Iente on the day of the incident, correct? However, if the actual switch happened at, for example, Miss Fujiwara's hut, wouldn't that add to the list of suspects? Doesn't look like a terribly secure place, huh? That could be a possibility. First, we should talk with Miss Yagkoro and then with Racing later. Sounds like a plan, my Momiji. He's always there to find a path when I'm in trouble. You can ask for more loyal more loyal guide, dog, or wolf. Okay, let's go talk to my girl, Erin. Erin! Miss Yagkoro, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Oh my. Ada. You were here early today. It's because the trial is starting earlier today. She still looks as cool as ever. Most people would start to show signs of fatigue by now. Like when Tenchi was bawling her eyes out at me. Miss Yagkoro, may I ask what you were doing? This? I'm merely keeping a diary of my time here. It's not every day that one is held on trial and made to stay in a cell. Must be Momiji Pat emo. I mean, if you find me one... I suppose you're right. If I'm found innocent, I shall grant this to you. Yes, please! Exclusive will do wonders for... Aya, have you forgotten why you're doing this? Right, to sell more newspapers. Have you forgotten? I guess that was your motive for bringing this whole trial system up in the first place. I fucking love this, just the wide arm Momiji sprite. It's so peak. As Miss Kapaku's diagnosis chart, I suppose the writing was a little disheveled. As the medicine I made. What about it? You don't want the cucumbers? Dude, she's just like me for real, for real. But the medicine that was placed at Miss Fujiwara's hut, is it possible that it was switched somewhere other than Ientai? No, in fact, it is rather impossible. Really? Why do you say so? Where else do you obtain the medicine to replace it? And there's the matter of the bags. Those bags are only found at Iente. How would they acquire them? Well, maybe someone snuck in and pilfered some? Unfortunately, that is out of the question. Udon keeps track of the inventory and checks it often. You're saying Udon is the one who did it. If they had went missing, we would soon know. What if they made counterfeit bags? Still leaves the medicine itself. If I'm the only one who Gensokyo makes it, how are they going to procure any? Koro would make a great detective. If you're on the case, I'd have no hope of winning. I don't know to think of it. While I was examining Miss Kanpaku, I remember hearing a sound. Wow, okay. Oh, we're back to the every character has the amnesia plot point. You heard something. I cannot say where it originated, but it was a considerably loud. Let's think of later bleed new lines second game seems. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. They haven't fixed the amnesia, the incident going around Gensokyo, though. What kind of sound was it? I am certain it was very dull, akin to a heavy object landing on the floor. During that examination, the only ones at the clinic were you, Miss Kampaku, Miss Saigyoji, and Miss Racing. But Miss Racing was out making deliveries. Which means it could have only been one person. As hard as it is to believe her doing it. Took me to pay Hakigokuro a little visit. Pick the lemon that you're gonna say you like. Rather like that paperweight. Let's go to Iate first. Because it's the top of the list. Hello, Miss Racin. So you've returned. You sure wowed us in court yesterday. I guess I do remember seeing her in the gallery. It was no big deal, just the same as always. Whenever it looked like the judge was about to announce a guilty verdict, you managed to pull off a comeback. Maybe I should try being a defense attorney sometime. By all means. It may look exciting, but if you fail, it might not leave the best impression. Not to mention the terrible consequences. I can't recommend it. Oh, so is that how it is? Besides, my real job is writing newspapers. I want to get an extra out of the door, but then I suddenly got dragged into this ordeal. I'm sure it's better than delivering medicine. All I basically do is... How'd this turn into belly aching all of a sudden? I don't know, but it certainly seems like she's unsatisfied with her job. Labyrinth! Grape. Which is why I'm going to ask for some kind of labor reforms around here. Yeah, she's still going. How long is she going to keep up this monologue? I hope you're listening, because no one else will. It was originally supposed to, but she's about as receptive as a moon rock. I see what you mean. I sympathize. So let's... There's something suspicious about how quickly you agreed. Take the medical chart. Handwriting seems a little sloppy. After moon rocks? Apparently not that much. Medicine Mastermaid. Make my cucumbers. What's that? She does not know what a cucumber is. Oh my gosh. That only could have happened here at the clinic. The only place you can find bags we put medicine in is, much less the medicine itself, is here. Would it really be that difficult to do? Master makes medicine, I seal them into bags. You have it ideally sealed to switch the medicine. If you were to switch the bags, where would you get ones that look exactly like ours, down to the seal? It would have to be done here by someone who had the opportunity. That's right. You can remove Master and my Snell from the list of suspects. Miss Kanpaku, too. How can you say that? Mentioned it yesterday, didn't she? While sealing the medicine in the bags, we talked for a bit. The conversation didn't end until after I sealed up all the bags. So in short, I talked with her here in the waiting room for a while, and afterwards entered the medicine room. Huh, so that would leave... You're the only possible suspect, goes without saying. I don't know why she did it, but there were only 4 people at the clinic yesterday. Okay, the fact that it's building up Yuyiko twice makes me think it's not her. But this game has not been the best on its red herrings, or the series, I guess, because it's the second game. In that case... I never take our 6 out. I was gone for most of the day. I only stopped by the clinic to pick up deliveries. I see. Come to think of it... You remember something? Nothing major. Oh my gosh, this amnesia incident, dude. Gensuke really has to figure out how they're going to handle this amnesia problem. Just that when Miss Kanpaku was here for examination, I saw Miss Fujiwara waiting outside. I guess there's no way Miss Kanpaku could have flown here. She was in no condition to fly while under the weather. True. Wait, why don't you try talking to her? With whom? Miss Fujiwara, obviously. Since she was outside, maybe she saw if there was anyone who tried to sneak in. Ah, you're right. I'll inquire about that with her later. She does not want to talk to me. Oh, if you'd like to see the medicine room again, feel free. Thank you very much. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Take another look in there. There might be some clues. It's a shame how long it takes this theme to build up. Boko poisoning herself depending on Kaguya, knowing the poison cannot kill her. She'd put it blaming on Eren, not necessarily Kaguya specifically, but... Because if I click this, it's gonna reset the music, right? Yeah. Oh, it takes so long to get to that loop of the music. Medicine distribution room. Doesn't look any different from yesterday. Ow, my eyes! What's the matter, Aya? I was really hoping she'd do the wide arm. Sorry, it's just the glare from something kind of hurt my eyes. It was a reflection in the mirror over there. I imagine it'll catch the sunlight in the morning. I thought that sunlight never made it this far into the bamboo forest. It goes away after 12, so it doesn't last that long. You can use it like a clock. I don't think so, if it only works at a specific time. I guess so. Yeah, fuck you, Momiji. What a terrible idea. Good one, But I do think it might be evidence, especially since this is the scene of the crime. What? You're added to the court record. Huh? Take the mirror. They got rid of the old pieces of evidence, so there must be something new. Oh, the paper looks different from the one I found yesterday. That's my delivery route. Where I usually put it. Well, I wasn't there yesterday. Because I still had it. You distracted me with your visit, so I forgot to put it back until after you left. Well, no harm done, I guess. He has your latest customers added at the bottom here. First Miss Kochia, then Miss Kaoshiro, then Miss Fujiwara? Why'd you deliver to her first? She's rarely at home during the day. I imagine it's because she's usually guiding someone through the forest then. So object equals evidence, yeah. But we can't say for sure yet. Could be evidence, so I'll borrow it for a bit. This is looking like a Moriah Shrine conspiracy. Everything is Moriah Shrine conspiracy. Can't see anything else to interact with here. There's like spam clicking everywhere. Dude, this theme is so good, but it takes so long to get to the crux of it. Because, like, not only is this theme a rather long one in game, but, like, this version is such a slow and long one, too. I'm sorry, I can't wait for it to go through all the way through. Muku, Muku, Muku! Mukyu! Fujiwara, are you here? It's strange, I don't think she's around. Because she stepped out, and at a time like this, Toot. What are you two doing here again? I am? What do you mean, I am? Trimmed out with Mountain of Faith. Do you mean I-N? Or do you mean U-M? Because you could mistype either one of them. I-N? I doubt it. I'm not saying it's impossible. Like, I have no clue which game I'm gonna do after Mountain of Faith, but, because that's a whiles off, I really have no mind. But, as it stands, it's definitely not on the top of my list, but we'll see. I've changed my opinion before on things. No, I'm not doing a possible spell card. What are you two doing here again? Sorry to bother you, Miss Fujiwara. May I ask where you went? I was just around back. Figuring out why the door there wasn't sliding. Sliding a locked door, a locked room mystery with the sliding door, the hilt of the sword. They swung on the wax figure or to shut the door from the outside. Looks like someone broke the trap I rigged up to it, so I had to fix it. So someone broke into your house? Why'd you need to set up a trap? You know, reasons. Forget about that. I found this just a little while ago. Want it? Aaron, you never mentioned this previously? Hello? Whoopsie, I forgot about that. Dude, why does every character have amnesia? Yes, I do. Where'd you find it? Then I will walk you to the back door. This Yagakoro came here the day of the incident, right? And you mentioned it, I believe she did. Can't pull the wool over my eyes. That's obviously fake. Seems like she still doesn't trust Miss Yagakoro. I don't really care about it, so I guess you can have it if you want. There's no place in the court record. We're gonna bring it up in court, and Remy's gonna be like, it's obviously a distraction. Placed there after the fact. SMH my head. What if I give it to her? Is she gonna be like, yeah. Here. Anything new to click here? Is it all the same things before? I think it's just the same things as before. Hear that there's anything new. Talk to me, girl. Go with the broken trap. Not like I set that trap because of those guys at Yente. Let's keep the fairies that always come to the bamboo forest out of my place. Fairies? You know, the 3 sunlight fairies or whatever. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it was Star. Star's the culprit. Really, I don't know if written in Japanese. True. And they got bored of playing with the rabbits. They like to mess my place up as their idea of a prank. Oh, I see. There's no way they would be able to break the trap, right? You think they'd have the brains to pull it off? It must have been some other humans. It's no yokai I'd be dumb enough to mess with me. When did it break? Not really sure about that, but 2 or 3 days ago, maybe? 2 or 3 days ago, maybe it's something to do with Miss Gyakura's visit. Ask for part of the trap. This is what you are. Would you mind giving us a piece of that broken trap? Yeah? I was gonna throw it away, so help yourself. Why do you need it? Might be evidence to today's trial. This thing? Man, I gotta see you pull that off. Nothing, no matter how trifling, should be overlooked. Sending the rude door to catch the fairies. The trap prevented said door from opening when it broke. Ooh. That's fake. She would have written Japanese SMH. About when you went to Ido. How could I forget? I was kind of surprised when I got the request to guide Yuiko and Yomu through the bamboo forest, but other than that, nothing weird happened until that night. You waited outside Inte the entire time, correct? Did you notice anyone suspicious during that time? Can't say I did. I saw a star, you know. Can't say I did. It's not like I was there to pick a fight with Kaguya, so it was pretty quick. They hate each other that much. No, Aya, they don't hate each other. They clearly love each other. Come on. She's not a true Touhou believer. In that case, did you happen to hear a loud noise from within the clinic? Not really. Nothing happened that I saw or heard from the time they went in until the time they came out. Okay, well, that's that. The broken trap part's back here. Weird, the reordering of things. But that really matters. We've been there. Let's go to Hakugaku Gaki Goku. Haki Goku. We ended up coming to the Netherworld after all. Oh yeah, you're scared of ghosts. We need to talk to Miss Saigyoji. She rarely leaves her, or at least according to this. She rarely leaves her estate, so we had no other choice. I don't want to believe it myself, but going by process of elimination, the true culprit is the mistress of Haki Gokuro. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my reservations on that, right, Meow? Because, like, if she's brought up once and no one really comments on it, I'm suspicious of her. If, like, this has been brought up, like, 3 times, so I'm, like, hesitant. One for Yuko's theme. I'm almost more curious if this could be, like, stage 5 PC theme. Me and Miss Saigyoji? You said it, not me. She's obviously going to deny it, and it doesn't help that we haven't the slightest idea of what her motive could be. Speaking of not having the slightest idea, where would she be? it's so good every time. No matter how many times I come here, I can never get over how big it is. How many times have you been here? What? Might run into trouble if we get go into the garden. Although said trouble could possibly lead us to her. Halt, intruders! Ha, you missed. Aya, are you okay? Did you not pay attention where she just said you missed? Of course, just who do you think I am? But who just swing their sword at someone without... Oh. Was that you, Miss Kampaku? Oh, so it's merely you two. Forgive me, I believed you to be trespassers and attacked on impulse. Could you look before you slash next time? I heard rumors, I didn't believe she actually did that. Empty-headed, no thoughts, head empty. Ever since the Netherworld became connected with the world of the living, there have been many humans and yokai passing through. I have not the time to look. I don't think that's the problem. Attacking while my other hand is occupied, unthinkable. I'm still lacking experience. I think that's the problem. It is Yuko's theme, okay. It was just really slow. It was hard to tell exactly at first. So Ghost Side, it was in the last game. we held it captive. Take my lemon. Okay, you don't just talk to me, girl. What are you holding? It's a silly question, but what are you holding? It appears to be a kimono. I mean this? It is Lady Yuko's kimono. To be specific, her soiled laundry. She pissed herself? I was preparing to wash it when I detected intruders and brought it along when I investigated. Was that about lacking experience then? Miss Saigyoji's kimono, you say? Yeah, she removed it some time ago, yet it did not come to my attention until just now. She's naked! I was sent to it immediately, for as you can see, there's dirt along the bottom of it and it smells of garlic. Intriguing. Wait a moment. Do you know when Miss Saigyoji wore that? It was 2 days ago when we traveled to... Oh, Yuko, please be red herring. Traveled to Iete. As I only have just recovered from my cold and had to testify in court, I was able to see to any sort of housework. Garlic. That could mean... Excuse me, Miss Kapaku, can I examine the kimono? Supposed to be no harm, but for what purpose? I shouldn't tell her that we suspect our mistress is the criminal. We're investigating everyone who went to Iente 2 days ago. We're simply trying to be thorough. Since we are just inspecting the kimono, you won't need to let us borrow it. Any plan of inspecting it, Aya? It's easy. I just take a picture of the critical element, the area where the kimono is dirty. Garlic, Alice? Yeah, it's Alice's doing. Will you have the kimono for a second, Miss Kapaku? Yes, you may. Be mindful of the scent. Ah, it smells like Yuko. We get a whiff. No doubt about it. That's garlic, alright. Wait, you hold this. Alright, like this. Pep, 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 pep. That's it. Now just take a shot. Photo of Yuko's kimono, placed in the court record. Stains from the knees down make it seem as if she tripped and fell forward. Smells of garlic. Hey, days ago. Oh, sorry. Very simple piano theme. I didn't quite like it. 2 days ago at Iente, do you remember hearing some kind of noise during your examination? Oh, you mention I did. It was rather... Do you know where I came from? I'm terribly sorry, but I do not recall. My memory's cloudy because of my cold. If it had been any other time, I'd likely be able to identify the direction of the source. Source of rains? Kaneko? Well, if your memory's cloudy, then that's that. I was hoping you'd know, though. Oh my, what brings you here? Hello! Yuko, my beloved. So our top suspect finally shows herself. I can't let her give us the slip. We are here as Miss Gyakuten's defense attorneys. We are conducting an investigation to prove her innocence during the upcoming trial. So I gathered, you are rather dedicated to your cause, I see. I'm gonna ban you, 11. Don't call my beloved Yuriko a old hag. Yukari's in here yet? True. Not yet. It's only natural, for we're working for the good of the residents of Gensokyo. Then perhaps I'll request your services if the need arises. I humbly beg my lady to request for my assistance first, if at all possible. Oh, but would you be able to act as a defense attorney? You need to raise objections with conviction. It is a bluff, yet you cannot lie very well. You also have no thoughts head empty. I shall not deny it. It's not like I want to bluff or anything. Can I pat you? Can I check? Staggeringly huge mansion. Kind of a waste of space for just the two of them. Clear blue sky. The floating phantoms give a bit of a surreal feeling, though. Yeah, all the phantoms I can see. Expansive and lovely garden. It's incredible Miss Kanpaku takes care of this all by herself. Impeccable as it looks. Hold up. Give her the lemon. A delicious looking lemon. She got into the lemon. Let's go. What was that you did? 2 days ago, during Miss Kanpaku's examination, do you remember hearing any odd noises? I was in the waiting room, but I didn't hear a thing. How suspicious. She didn't. The waiting room was that far away from the examination room. Actually, I dozed off then. You don't say. It's not every day I have to walk as much as I did then. Once we arrived, I was overcome by drowsiness and went to frolic in dreamland for a spell. Give her the pick. Oh yeah, I gotta give her the cucumbers. What kind of dreams do ghosts have? This probably is the best time to ponder that, though. Well, that's why you didn't hear any noise, yet it was a rather loud noise, supposedly. I still did not hear it. Take your own clothes. It's a picture of my Komodo. I see you captured its best side. Do you know where and when this dirty spot appeared? Ah, this must be the one I wore 2 days ago. How did it become so filthy? You cannot remember? It did not seem like an important matter. That's so. So, Nanoka. You honestly can't remember. Yomu, what did we have for breakfast this morning? Forgot again, milady? You requested Japanese cuisine, so I served vegetables boiled in soy sauce and rice. Oh, there we are. I heard her memory was sketchy. I didn't realize it was that terrible. It seems like it was rather old. Was she taking proper care of it? The Yomu's diagnosis chart. Catching colds is a clear indication of inexperience. Yep, that's... I'm unrelated to the incident, so I do not know most of the details, but I believe that the authorities were correct in arresting Aaron. Okay. She's now strict-faced. Okay, okay. Gyakuten is not the criminal. Someone framed her. Oh, and who would that be? Okay, so I'm metagaming here, right? There's no way you give her an expansive amount of different sprites if she's not involved. If she's only going to appear for, like, one line of dialogue, like here, there's no way you give her, like, multiple different sprites, right? Metagaming. And who would that be? That's still under investigation. It must be difficult being a defense attorney. I doubt you'd be suited for the task, Yomu. You speak the truth. By the way, why did you come here today? We felt it necessary to speak with everyone who visited Iente 2 days ago. We had nothing to do with the incident, merely a patient and her escort. Whoa. I doubt that's entirely accurate. Seems that way. Sure, the truth will be revealed in court. That'd be wonderful, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try going back to Aaron. Okay. That was the right call. I've been everywhere, but, like, it didn't progress to the trial, so there has to be something to talk about. Miss Yagokoro, may I have a word with you? No! Yes, you may. In fact, I've just taken a respite from writing in my notebook. Still can't believe you're doing something like that while in here. It's remarkable. Yes, and I have written quite a bit as well. I can sympathize. At times, I'll end up writing an article longer than I intended. Having to edit it back to a suitable word count is a lot of work. But in any case, about what did you wish to inquire? Ms. Yarkor, did you visit Miss Fujiwara's residence on the day of the incident? Correct. I believe I mentioned the packet of human medicine yesterday that fell on the floor of the medicine distribution room. Really, you mean this? Did Miss Koichi also have a delivery scheduled for that day? Why visit Miss Fujiwara first? Simply because she is closer. However, she was absent, so I left a note and head for Yokai Mountain. For what it's worth, the number of packets at the Morai Shrine was correct. You mean a note? Yes? Would this happen to be it? Yes, it is. Where'd you get that? Miss Fujiwara picked it up earlier today. If she did, it must have been blown away by the wind. If I'd remembered where I placed it, none of this would have happened. Seems like it. Meaning there would have been no trial, and I would have an extra hot off the press. Still some piece of evidence that I'm missing. And the fact that coming back here didn't give me a piece of evidence makes me think it's something related to showing something to her. Young works hard too. Miss Yarkor, do you remember seeing this? That's part of the trap for Miss Fujiwara's place. I was the one who broke it. Okay, you're trying... Okay, are you sure you're innocent? Just as I suspected. Why'd you do such a thing? When she was absent when I visited, so I tried entering from the rear. What? When I attempted to open the door there, that caused the affixed trap to break, preventing me from entering. Why'd you go that far? Because it was utterly necessary that I confirm the medicine. If by some chance there was a mistake, the side effects would have been terrible. I guess so, but awfully complicated. Yeah, since I was unable to enter, I left a note. I just did not expect that she would overlook it. Are there too many unfortunate coincidences in this case, or is it just me? Broken trap part info updated. Oh my gosh, we're gonna bring that up in court, and it's gonna get mentioned in court, and Remy's gonna be like, she tried to break into the culprit's house. Is this not suspicious? Or the victim's house, excuse me. It's almost time time for what? The trial. It's starting earlier than usual, remember? Oh, that's right. We better head back to the courthouse then. I don't know how much the evidence we collected will help us, though. Oh, we'll have to just make do. Country girls make do. Good luck and do your best. I'll be expecting great things. I don't know how many times I've said it, but please don't talk like this has nothing to do with you. Not doing anything for my motivation. Unlike you think that'd be a Shion. What about Hina? Hina's around this time of this era. She's... Defendant's waiting room. Ooh, got the swab music again. The second day of the trial is about to start. A pretty good idea who the prosecution will call as a witness, though. Miss Sayoji? She's the only one left. If they want to convict Miss Yarkor as the criminal, they have to get her testimony. But the criminal will actually be the one on the stand, right? That's why it's imperative that we break down her testimony. That would indeed help. I hope all goes well for you. What did I tell her just before we left? There's quite a bit of evidence, so I doubt we'll have much trouble this time. I'm sure we'll weather the storm, so please rest easy. Okay, that means it's gonna be bad. I can only pray it will not be stronger than forecasted. My forecasts are plenty accurate. The one I print on the paper is at least 80% accurate. I love this sprite. I get the feeling this might be the other 20% though. Stop complaining. Oh, they're about to start. Come on, let's finish this fight. And Sokyo courtroom. Hello, Icky. The second day of the trial for and Gyakuten is now in session. Are you both sides prepared? Playing FA yet. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is good to go too, Your Honor. Good. Very well. I am tired. Now your opening statement, if you please, Miss Scarlet. Yes, Your Honor. First, if I may ask the court to look at this. This was written by the defendant's assistant, Miss Rayson, who works at the clinic at Yinte. According to her statement, there were only 4 people who entered the clinic on the day of the incident. Meaning there are only 4 suspects who could have switched them. There it is. Miss Kampaku and Miss Rayson aren't suspects. It's only natural then to call Miss Saikyoji as a witness. However, as a result of our continued investigation, we have uncovered a new possibility. What? A new possibility? We have asked a new witness to explain this theory. May we have permission for this witness to testify, Your Honor? I suppose it'd be fine, but who would this witness's testimony be acceptable? What? Yes, Your Honor. We have determined that her testimony is reliable. Ah, yes. Remy has such a good track record across both games of reliable witnesses. And please show her to the stand. Also, Renosuke has yet to appear in this trial. What? First of all, new sprite, by the way, right? This is not the same sprite they used in the last game. Second of all, what? Delissa? Aki's pissed. She remembers last game. Look at all the people here. Just what's the meaning of this? I didn't expect them to call someone else as a witness. But the prosecution seems pretty confident. Even so, her name never came up in our investigation. I wish you could confirm one more time, Miss Scarlet. You truly want this witness to testify. Might I bring up that time in a different game where in Touhou Night, where I commented that I'm going to rip out her tongue because of her lies. Reliable testimony, yeah. Absolutely, Your Honor. We believe that her testimony will expose a new possibility in this case. I suppose I shall permit it, then. Witness, state your name and occupation. I'm Risa Kurosame. I run the Kurosame magic shop. Don't talk like this. No! At least it's not true or no. There's quite a bit to which I take issue in that, but I shall ignore them for now. It would not do any good to belabor the point, regardless. Man, I never thought I'd wind up here again. Good thing I'm just a witness this time around. Oh my gosh. Wait, could she be the one? I don't think so. So no matter how much you want her to be. Are you sure? Sorry to be so bossy, but would you mind giving your testimony at once? Just tell the court what you saw at the plaintiff's residence that day. Why were you... What the No sweat. That's why I'm here, ain't it? Oh, you're gonna tell... She's gonna tell me that she was visiting Moko, and she saw Aaron breaking down Moko's door. And then Remy's gonna be like, tad suspicious, isn't it? It clearly indicts her as the culprit. 100%. 100% what's about to happen. If it's not, I'm gonna eat my own socks. I just happened to be passing by Moko's joint a couple of days. Can we talk like real humans? That's when I saw Aaron fly and land right on the doorstep. Pretty sure she was carrying a bag with "For Miss Moko Fujiwara" written on it. Oh, contradiction right there. Ooh, we're gonna shag these milfs. She hollered, "Miss Fujiwara, are you home?" But the place was empty from the looks of it. Then she went round back. No idea what happened then. After a while, she came back to the front. Then just took off, bag still in tow. I should start using a southern accent more for this. Looks like she was spotted by Miss Kirisame, no less. There were quite a few vague parts, but I do not believe you were lying. However, what was the meaning of her testimony, Miss Scarlet? I do not believe she was lying. For once. As I mentioned earlier, she brought up a new possibility, that being the defendant snuck into the plaintiff's residence to make the switch. Ah, so that was the gist of it, and the one who saw Miss Yakoro on the premises was... That'd be me. Yeah, it just had to be you. Of course, we are not basing this on the witness's testimony alone. We believe that in the defendant's case, it would be simple for obtaining the medicine and bags needed to carry out the switch. Please take that into consideration as well, Your Honor. Okay, so the obvious evidence we're going to use to counteract this is the fact that the locked door was locked even after the lock was broken, so she could not have broken in. Indeed, in that instance, my decision is clear. It looks like she's about to declare her verdict. What should I do? Wait and see. Oh, yeah, let's just wait. If I may rudely interject, Your Honor. What is the matter, defense? I'd like to raise an objection. You have permission to do so? You assure his objection. You should not say it with such abjection. No, well, it's just that things weren't looking so well for us. If you have the time to pull such petty tricks, why don't you try cross-examining her? We'll give you all the time in the world. I was trying to buy some more time, and it looks like they saw through my ploy. I guess I have no other choice but to do as Miss Scarlet says. Intriguing. Highly disturbing. Mata! Were you heading for the bamboo forest? Why do I gotta tell you? You ain't the boss of me. I do what I want. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking that in your case, you were up to no good. I was just out collecting rare stuff. That sounds harmless enough. Yeah, the owners could just borrow them back as I kick the bucket. What are you collecting anyway? Judge, can we execute her? Right in the doorstep. You know which direction she came. Pretty sure it's from Iente. I thought something weird was up. Why? I heard that Moko don't get along with any of the folk at Iente. Oh, any of the folk at Iente. Oh, wow. Those folks. Okay. Get discriminatory out here. But it seems that Miss Fujiwara recently bought medicine from them. Yeah, that's weird too. But none of that got anything to do with me. If I get sick, I just cure myself. Really? Was that really written on the bag? I mean, to be fair, we know the bag says Muko. Yep, 100% sure on that. I got a good look at it. By the way, where were you relative to Miss Fujiwara's hut at the time, Miss Kirisame? It's pretty close to the entrance to the, pretty close to the entrance of the bamboo forest. I was about to go in and start looking for rare stuff when I saw Aaron. It might be a hint. Maybe I should press for harder. What did she say? How good is your eyesight? How's my eyesight? I got the best eyes in Gensokyo. I'm just about to see the future with these peepers. That's the first I've heard of this. In that case, can you read these letters? Nah, no way. I can't read anything that small. Don't say I see. What that means. Where is it? Like, obviously there's a potential contradiction here. Right? Like, does that matter? I'm either thinking this or, like, the lock, but, like, how do I do the lock? Miss Yakoro was at the entrance when she called for Miss Fujiwara, correct? Yeah, she sounded almost embarrassed with how timid she was acting. That's because she didn't know how to handle the extent of her crime. She's probably made a mistake in preparing her medicine. What happened next? I'm getting there. You couldn't see her from where you were? Because she was on the complete opposite side. I was itching to look, but I had the feeling that things would get real awkward if I showed myself. I guess even she has some self-awareness. But I'm sure you know how much fun it is being all stealthy like that, don't you? I take that back. What are you doing in the bamboo forest? Just looking around for something amusing. That should be something you're familiar with, Miss Paparazzi. But please refrain from the insults. My sole purpose as a journalist is to report the truth. That excuse about as flimsy as a page of one of your rags. But unlike you, I... Keep the talk to yourself. Can't take this argument outside. Ugh, like play like a shamisen? Got bag still in tow. Bag with the medicine, correct? Yeah, I'm sure of it. Where'd she head off? I want to say back to Inte, but I don't know. Got no clue where it's supposed to be. At least this would be a contradiction in particular. I haven't found a contradiction yet. I better start from the top. So, the bag still in tow is interesting, because, like... If she had the same bag... Then how would she have planted, like, bad medicine? Like, swap that out if she had the same bag in tow when she got there and left. My gut wants to say something with, like, locking the place, but, like... This as well. This seems illogical and, like, why is this relevant, but it's so obviously a contradiction. Lord, please look at this. I believe it to be the same bag the defendant was carrying at the time. I can attest that it's impossible to be able to read the small lettering from the distance at which Miss Kirisame saw it. The witness has very sharp eyesight. That would seem to be within the realm of possibility to me. In that case, Miss Kirisame, could you please try reading what I'm about to write? Here. Let's see, it looks like Danmaku's about power to me. Entirely incorrect. Are you able to read it, Your Honor? No, I cannot make out what it is from here. Witness, gives your testimony once again. Would you behoove yourself to be more precise? Alrighty. Expect a proper response. I got it. I don't think you do. What? Naked, huh? A couple days ago, I hid myself in a flash. I saw Erin coming. I was close enough to read what was on her bag. She called for Moko at the front, and then went around back to check. I heard a low rumbling sound, like a door opening or something. For a while back, she gave it to the front, that took off the bag still in tow. I think she changed that much, but that means we're still in the jam. No, she changed a little bit. A little more specific, and had nothing to do with and nothing's on like a lie in particular. Well, what do you expect? I ain't got a line bone in my body. I'd like to call the court's attention to how the witness heard something that sounded like a door opening after the defendant went around to the back. We believe that to be when the defendant trespassed into the plaintiff's residence. So she snuck in after all. She remains highly suspicious. Mata! Please hold off on making any conclusions until after the cross-examination. I feel like this is a pretty obvious cross-examination, but let's press. How close is that? Like right in front of my eyes and stuff. Do you have any business with Miss Fujiwara? Nah, not really. Why are you there? I was just walking around, letting my feet lead me, and before I knew it, much of that is true. You were that close, but you weren't noticed? She wasn't her normal cool self. She's focused on the hut the whole time, but never took her eyes off of it. Where'd you hide yourself? In the thicket next to the hut. Seems correct. She's in line with that. What if Miss Megakura really didn't notice her? What do you mean by that? Got from Mocha up the front, then went around back to chat. Yeah. So she was checking to see if anyone was inside? Yeah, probably trying to sneak in while the coop was empty. You don't need to editorialize. Let Miss Yagakura look at the time. She got even more antsy when she realized no one was home. Then she jogged around to the back. If you're really up to something, she wouldn't have acted like that. Not too bad, in my opinion. But she might not have been able to finish whatever it was she wanted to do till Moko came back. It seems she was indeed scheming something. That hasn't been proven yet. Let me finish my cross-examination. I'm gonna assume this is my thing here. Oh. How many times did you hear that sound? Don't remember. These amnesia incidents. But it was a few times. It definitely fit with how jittery she was. Did you hear any footsteps? Nope, can't say I did. Not even my superhuman hearing could pick up anything at that range. Again with your embellishments. How'd you know for sure that she went inside? Because I couldn't see her. Heard the sound of a door opening, and then a sharp crack. Miss Shimaru, stop trying to stall with pointless questions. There is a point. That's because they're... Why are you giving me the might? This is so amazing. First Eagle Eyes, now superhuman here. Yeah. Do I go on this here? Screw it. Please just be the fact that the door couldn't get opened. Thank goodness, okay. What is that, mere junk? This is a piece of the trap I picked up at Miss Fujiwara's hut. This trap was installed to help prevent mischievous fairies from entering. However, someone very recently broke it. So the sharp crack that the witness heard was... Yes, the sound of the trap breaking, and when the trap broke, the door became stuck in place, making entry impossible. Therefore, it is impossible that Miss Yagakura was able to enter the hut. Oh, you backed down quickly. I see, that makes sense. Does the prosecution have any objections? None, Your Honor. Witness, move on to your next testimony. Ah, yes, then Aaron was like, "Mwahaha, time to poison Moko." Well, aren't we Little Miss Pushy? But Remelia ain't Remelia if she ain't a brat. If the witness would refrain from making unnecessary remarks. Yeah, I just remembered that other thing you wanted me to talk about anyway. Now that I think about it, when Aaron came back to the front, she decided to go in that way for some reason. What? You're pretty far inside. Seems like she was looking for something. What do you... What? What? Your Honor, this is clearly bullshit she's making up on the spot. All I could see from where I was looking were some veggies on the floor. Couldn't see it further than that. She came out, she was still holding on to that medicine bag. Wait, Miss Gyakuten did go into Miss Fujiwara's hut? Things are, like, very good for us, although that should go without saying. What was the whole point of her going through the back door if you're going to say she went through the front door? Brighter immediately. I'm gonna ban you. I'm not. Why didn't you say so earlier, Mr. Kirisame? Hey, I just forgot. Oh my gosh, the amnesia incidents in Gensokyo really need to be corralled sometimes. Well, there's nothing you could have done. I'm sure everyone's forgotten a few things, only to remember their importance later. You had a plan like this from the start. But regardless, as you have heard, our defendant indeed entered the plaintiff's dwelling. I believe our goal should be obvious. Seeing the medicines, correct? Exactly, Your Honor. I cannot think of anything else. In that case, I shall give my verdict after the precursory cross-examination. Are you prepared, Miss Shimaru? Ah, yes, Your Honor. I'm ready. Or if I saw a contradiction now, or else. Sometimes I want to cause violence. I just want to glance through these real quick. Well, definitely a bit less. Was the front door unlocked? I don't think there was a lock at all. Seems kind of dumb to me. Especially if she made a trap for those fairies and all. Probably thought that anyone wanting to cause mischief would prefer to be sneaky about it, not brazenly barging through the front door. In any case, was Miss Yagakoro concerned about her surroundings? No, she went in as soon as she came back. I gotta say, the way she just waltzed in was pretty cool. Because you would do the same thing. How'd you know she was looking for something? Heard rustling sounds and footsteps and stuff. You know what she was looking for? Nope, not at all. Really didn't have a good look inside. How far could you see? Well, since you asked. Say her and looked at very antsy. Yep. Saw vegetables. Like I said earlier, I got some really good eyes. So I was able to see at least that far back. So she should have seen the vegetables themselves. What were they again? Eggplants. That means you saw a bunch of cucumbers, am I right? Yeah, they were definitely pretty much all cucumbers. I thought Moko turned into a kappa or something. But just me, or were there a contradiction in that statement? What? Pretty much all I mean, the fact that she said pretty much all cucumbers is weird, because it was literally all cucumbers. But earlier there, you're hiding in a thicket. Were you really able to see inside? Yeah, since Aaron went inside, I stepped out a bit to get a better look. But you still weren't able to see all the way in. I know that Aaron was doing something in there, okay? Trust me, I know that feeling well. What feeling? Hey, don't sweat the small stuff. I have to. She came out looking relieved? Yeah, I wouldn't say that. But she was just back to her usual uptight self, no jitters or nothing. She wasn't nervous, I'd expect a more defeated expression. Hey, it's not good for humans to give up that easily. What does that have to do with anything? I mean, it's either her, like, returning with the bag, which is weird. Like, if she swapped the bags, why would she still have the bag that she brought with her? I mean, the veggie comment is a little interesting because, like, it feels like it was, like, pushing me towards that. I guess I'll try it. Do you really see any vegetables? Man, you're still going on about that? I said I did, didn't I? I'm only telling you what happened. Unfortunately for you, what you just told us did not actually happen. There was a contradiction in your statement just now. A contradiction? Where? When Miss Gyakuten visited Miss Fujiwara's hut, those vegetables were further back in the room, resting on a mat. Yet you testified to seeing them. That is a clear contradiction. Hey, maybe I just made a little mistake, huh? Sure I didn't see it yet, but once Aaron left, I took a quick peek inside for myself. Nothing wrong with that. Except for the whole trespassing part. But as your testimony has a contradiction, I cannot allow it as evidence. I'm gonna beat you up. Have you forgotten the heart of the matter? We are trying to determine if the defendant switched the medicine. The other details are mere trifles. I can't lose this one. If that's what you want, I have proof that the medicine was not switched at the hut. Then I'd appreciate if you were to share it with us. You really have that evidence, Aya? I got caught in the moment and blurted out. Do we have anything? Don't ask me. Wait, the medicine hadn't been delivered by the time Miss Gyakuten showed up. That should work if I can prove it. You be quick about it. If you do not, the judge will end this trial before long. Yes, I'm aware of that. Here's the proof that Miss Gyakuten did not, or rather could not, have switched the medicine. Wrong direction. Yep, that's where that one is. I have a feeling this trial is not a Mirage Shrine conspiracy. Please look at this chart. This is a chart that Miss Rayson uses when she makes her deliveries. Looking by this, we can see that she starts from Yokai Mountain and finally ends up at Miss Fujiwara's hut. Meaning that at the time Miss Gyakuten came to the hut, the medicine had not yet been delivered. Yep, here comes objection. How do you know? No wonder, she might have come after Miss Rayson had delivered it. No, that is impossible. Rayson does not actually complete a delivery until the recipient is at home, and Miss Fujiwara was not. Yes, that sounds like the proper procedure. Something as dangerous as medicine must be delivered directly. Does the prosecution have any objections? No, I do not, Your Honor. We won! I was only about halfway sure that was going to work. But something is still unclear. Huh? It still seems possible that the bag the defendant left at the hut with was not the same one she had when she first entered. What? Oh my gosh. If she made the switch, then she would be left holding a different bag. Naturally, if you cannot prove that she was holding the same bag, the suspicion will be that she switched the medicine remains. Words. No. Can't prove anything like that. Can we talk about what about Marissa? Hey, turn your point of view about the situation. You think about it from another angle? You can use what Miss Kirisame said she saw in her testimony. She came back with the same bag. Vince, what are you discussing? Sorry, Your Honor, just make some preparations. I'd appreciate if you made haste. If you make haste. If you do not present your evidence, I will hand down my verdict. Yes, I'm ready to present that. This is my evidence. I wonder if it's I wonder if I have to just throw Marissa. Hold on, I haven't actually looked through a few of these. Hold on. Obligatory mention of Mion. Ghostly Princess, elegant, nonchalant, but inscrutable even to Yomu. Our Logician, no place is off limits to her. Seems she's up to no good most of the time. Do I present Marissa? Imagine. Do I have to click the bag? Hmm. Okay. Oh, it's the medicine bag found at the plaintiff's residence. How is this evidence? If the court would take a closer look, they would see there's a typo here. Indeed. Would anyone be able to read this small text from a distance? Miss Kirisame testified earlier that the bag had for Miss Moko Fujiwara written on it. So if I may confirm with you, Miss Kirisame, did the bag Miss Yagakoro was holding before and after she entered the hut bear a typo? Yeah, sure did. Thought something was weird about it. Guess her name was spelled wrong. Meaning that a switch did not take place. No, she just switched the packets inside. That would allow her to keep the same bag. That's simply not doable. When Fujiwara first took the medicine, she had to break the seal on the bag. If the packets had been switched, then the seal would have already been broken. Impeccable logic. Simply impeccable. How's she keeping her composure? I'd imagine that the switch could only occur at either Iante or the plaintiff's hut. However, thanks to your cross-examination, I now know it couldn't have happened at the hut. She must have done it at Iante. Which leaves the only possibility as the clinic at Iante. A sound theory. However, as was stated earlier, there were only 4 people at the clinic that day, and 2 lacked the opportunity. And of the 2 remaining, one of them is the defendant. So the prosecution was like to summon the final person as a witness at this time. What? Wait a minute, please. I don't have an objection. I see. I expected you would understand. You'll be thinking of Kaguya. Because according to them, she's not at Iante, at least in the medical part of Iante. You demon, you devil, you inhuman. Alright, she's a vampire. Your Honor, the prosecution requires permission to summon another witness. Yuko Saigyoji, correct? I approve. Till she arrives, we shall take a short recess. Yay! Jungle Gym! Truly, thank you for all your hard work, defense. You were able to prove that the switch could only have happened at the clinic. I walked right into her trap. What are you talking about? Oh my... There's nowhere else to run now. Come on, Luigi, we're gonna play our strategy with Miss Yagakoro. You know, sometimes the characters in this game are a little Yomu in head empty. Well, that was the worst possible outcome. What are you talking about? Girl! Not just for the trial, but for myself, too. Tried so hard to break down Miss Kirisame's testimony, only to end up helping the prosecution. What are you talking about? What do you mean helping the prosecution? We're completely fooled. Maybe we should have tried to come up with some better place where the switch could have been. Oh my gosh! Aren't we convinced that it was Yuyiko who did the switch at Iante? So why are you like, this is the one thing we didn't want to happen? What are you talking about? But I'm certain that Miss Saikyoji is going to put up a fight. Why? If she really is the culprit, then she obviously is going to lie about it. Oh, you're right. But if we can't see through her lies, we're finished for good. We have no idea what's going on in her head. Being a defense attorney is certainly difficult. But if it's not like we don't know what's going on in her head either. You're still as detached as ever, I see. What if you get declared guilty? I shall cross that bridge when I come to it. However, the more immediate issue is that I have nearly filled up all pages of my diary. That's nothing to do with this case. The problem is how Miss Saikyoji will testify. I just know she's going to try to blame you for the crime. She'll blame me? Oh dear, what a predicament. Just who do you think is on trial here? I'm certain that you will prevail somehow. I cannot blame you for your nervousness, though. You must have been around the block quite a few times. Despite how young I look, I have indeed. My youthful appearance is due to a special medicine I created. Keeps my skin smooth and silky. Really, forget the diary, just give me that. From Rebby's perspective, she only needs to prove it happened at the clinic and ruled out your opportunities to argue against the hut. Yeah, but also, from her perspective, all she needs to do is get one of the possibilities to go through. The whole purpose of the hut was the possibility. She almost got the judge to agree with it, and then we countered it. So there goes one of her possibilities to prove that the switch happened from Aaron's doing. Apologies, but I lack the ingredients needed to make the compound. Almost everything required in the formula cannot be found here. Tell me what you need, I'll find some way to get them for you. Aya, you're starting to lose focus. I love this sprite. Don't interrupt, Momiji. Do it again, I'll seriously hate you for the next 1,000 years. But it's time. Looks like the trial has already started. What? But she still hasn't told me what the ingredients are. That's just how it is. Gensokyo Court. As the next witness has arrived, we shall resume the trial. Have you prepared her, Miss Scarlet? Yes, Your Honor. Please take the stand, witness. State your name and occupation. Yukio Saikyoji. I manage the spirits in the Netherworld. Yes, I'm well acquainted with your work. Your assistance is invaluable to us. You and the other Enma are always busy. And then you run these trials on top of everything. It's all part of my duty. She said duty. If you may, I'd like you to testify at once. About what I saw at the clinic the day before yesterday. I saw Erin put poison in a bag and she said, I can't wait to poison Moko with this. I can't believe she would do that. The same. Here's the thing of it, there's quite an impressive gathering of influential figures here right now. My camera would be getting a real workout if there wasn't a trial going on. Alright, now's the time to stand in slack-jawed amazement. Go blow up the moon. It was just after Ryomu had finished being examined, she was chatting with Raisin, who had just returned, in the waiting room. I saw the moment when Aaron fell down in the medicine room. Okay, so we're gonna prove that she was the one who fell down by talking about the bottom of her dress. Kimono, excuse me. Red Silent Center Blue? Sure didn't. Seems she has tripped on a brush that had fallen on the floor. The poor brush broke in the ordeal. That's when some of the medicine packets fell from the shelves too. The brush was moved underneath the shelf, but then she did the unthinkable. She put some of the fallen packets onto a shelf different from their original position. I'm gonna kill people. I want violence. Then she muttered, "This is for the princess. How dreadful." It wasn't even that far off of what I said previously. She can't be serious. Such blatantly false testimony at this point in the trial? There's no way the judge bought that. So that is what happened. In that case, I shall hand down my verdict. Please hold on, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined her yet. You go absolutely delusional. Yeah, apparently. Holy moly. Why are you being so persistent? I think you should just concede this time. What are you? I'm gonna fucking kill everyone. Yes, I agree. That testimony was the nail in the coffin. But I can pry that nail out. It's nothing more than a big fat lie. If you're that certain, I shall allow it. If you put too much faith in your client, you're gonna end up in tears. Just a warning. I believe in Miss Yagakoro. I don't really think she did it, but... What the fuck are you... What is this? What? Why is the game trying to make me doubt Aaron? There's no world! The game is trying to think that I am going to buy what the game is making its characters buy. What? This is a defense attorney that doesn't trust their clients. Stop letting their taunts get to me, and folks are exposing Misai Gyoji's lies. I'm gonna lose my mind. This game is really fun. Abandoned Aaron at this point, yeah. It was just after Yama had finished being examined, she was tied with Raisin, who had just returned in the way. Can you be more specific about the time frame? We arrived at the clinic before noon. This was in the afternoon. The examination took a bit longer than I expected. We know timing with this is going to be brought up at some point in the next episode to try and bribe you. And Miss Raisin had just returned then. Yes, from the looks of it, she made a return trip to the clinic during the afternoon. Whereas Miss Yagakoro at this time? I will touch on that next. Look, we're with this. Probably not much left of this trial. Miss Yagakoro's in the medicine room. That's right, I was expecting her to be making Yomu's prescription. Dude, just give me my Judgment Day playing. Just put that theme back. Just put the theme back on screen at some point. Expect her to be making Yomu's prescription. But it seems that was not her only purpose. You saw her fall down. Well, because I had nothing else to do with my servant in conversation with another party. And how was Miss Yagakoro after that? She seemed fine to me. I just never imagined she would do that. Do what she did after. Even though she didn't. If she tripped on a brush that fallen off the floor, the poor brush broke in the ordeal. Go, fellas, please, shush. She said she broke it while repairing it, but... Yeah, well, attempting to pray it left Aaron. But, like, also, is that even, like, an argument? Because, like, if I brought that up, you'd be like, okay, she's lied about when she broke it. Brush, is that really what made her lose her footing? That's right. You see, what did I exactly say about sprites? Watching that pharmacist take a tumble like that was certainly not something you see every day. And that's how some of the medicine packets fell off the shelf. Exactly. Brush, and that might be a clue. You remember how many of them fell? I can't recall. I do not think it was any great number, however. What color were they? There should have been two different colors. White and pink, were they not? Going through the evidence again. One was pink. One was white. Okay, I should see her. She's just saying the facts for now. Moved underneath the shelf, then she did the unthinkable. She really put the broken brush under a shelf. I saw as plain as cherry blossom tree. I saw it as plain as a cherry blossom tree in full bloom. With that brush again, it has to be a hint. Did she mix it all up? No, it wasn't like that. She returned a few to the packets properly. Which ones? I believe the ones for the Mariah's Shrine Maiden. Mariah's Shrine Maiden. You remember where she placed which packets? Not entirely. I will testify later if I remember.
Oh, you jogged my memory. I remember exactly her putting the one that said to kill Moko on it in the Moko slot. Oh, of course. I remember now.
Oh, you're definitely gonna remember. I just can't make you right now. You wanted this is for the prince. How dreadful. You unmistakably said for the princess? Yes, I'm certain she did, but I wonder who the princess is. Would it be Miss Horii-san? Everyone at Parente calls her that. Undoubtedly, but I wonder what she meant by it. To me, it's because Miss Horii-san and Miss Fujiwara are on extremely bad terms. You seem to know quite a lot. That's because I'm a journalist. I get the feeling she's trying to give you the slip. Yeah, let's keep up. One more from the top. Do I throw the brush on one of these things? Because, like, the game is, like, trying to lead me onto the brush. And the fact that the brush said it was broken while she was repairing it makes me think that that's, like, relevant to this. Yeah. Noise. Progress. Please recall Miss Kampaku's testimony from yesterday. She stated that she witnessed Miss Yagakoro in an agitated state due to her broken brush before her examination. It is impossible that she broke it afterward. Okay, that also works. Right. I do not believe that her testimony containing falsehoods. However, that puts the current testimony at odds with established facts. Does the prosecution have any objections? What? I can't believe it! That's what I want to say, but I must relent. Testify as you should. I'm gonna cause violence. I've said that already. Oh, my mistake. I suppose my memory's a little foggy. Allow me to mend this error. How convenient! They remember all the things that didn't happen. Oops! Ooh, I forgot something. Ooh, hoo, hoo. I'd like for you to be a little more prudent this time.
Your Honor, she's full of shit and she needs to go to the bathroom. Can she go?
What about Aaron falling down is fact, but I was simply mistaken as the cause. It was not her brush, but her paperweight. Your Honor, this is just bullshit. On the floor somehow and her foot caught it. You knocked the medicine off the shelf and the rest falls as what I said before. The fact remains that she would do something as heinous as rearranging the medicines that cause harm to others. You revise all that much. This is clearly evident, huh? She has to be lying. Must be contradiction. We just have to cross-examine her to figure it out. Just touring the galleries, thinking, watching all this. She's probably sleeping. She's probably taking the time, honestly, during this to take a nap. I feel like the evidence about Yuyuko's dress being, like, smelling like garlic and being dirtied, and her actually being the one to fall down, is probably going to get brought up at, like, the end, where it's like, oh, but someone fell. Who did? Well, here's the evidence towards Yuyuko. Something along that line. Is Yuyuko really the one that fell? Of course, she'd be the one having any business to be in there. You got that much right. So what were you? Blah, blah, blah. I should explain what actually made her fall. Miss Yagakoro fell due to her paperweight. That's right, it's small but heavy, so it's not hard to imagine tripping over it if it fell on the floor. Was there paper in that room? Yes. What was the paperweight like? It had a very unusual shape. Oh, what was it again? Can't remember what it looked like. I'm sorry, my memory's completely forsaken me. Paperweight with not shape, then maybe it's just a guess, but would this happen to be it? Why would you show her this? That's it. There's probably only a single one like it in the whole world, and it looks scrumptious. I got a feeling there's a contradiction here. What? What do you mean? What do you mean, Aya? Segyoji, how do you know this was a paperweight? Isn't it obvious just by looking at it? It's very well made. I'm not so sure. Miss Kampaku stated yesterday that she mistook it for a real lemon. Doesn't seem like something you could tell is a replica going by sight alone. The defense's line of questioning is veering off course. Your Honor, if you would like to get her back on track. Indeed, Miss Shimairo will make your point. If the court would consider this, Miss Saikyoji entered the medicine room and felt that paperwork for herself. That is the only possible way she would have known about it. You have proof that I did. If you're confident enough to make the conjecture, then I hope you do. That the evidence proves your claim. I'm breathing down my neck. Here's my evidence. Shit. Is it gonna be her outfit? Neat. Nice. Well, I sound like getting these right, generally speaking. A picture of a kimono. How is this proof? Oh, she's sweating. She's sweating. The kimono of this picture is the one that Miss Saikyoji wore on the day of in question. However, it smelled strongly of garlic and was dirtied as if she had fallen down. You not mention garlic, it's so unpleasant. Well, what you wanted to talk about yesterday, it can't be. The only place that smelled of garlic on that day is the medicine room at Iente. And the dirt on the kimono. I will be direct. The one who fell in the medicine room was not Miss Yagakoro, but you, Miss Saikyoji. Am I wrong? She's sweating. I would like an answer. Yes, it's just as you say. I didn't want to admit to folly, so I tried to cast the blame onto someone else. That means... Witness, I will give you one more chance to testify. As much as it will pay me to do it, I will have to declare your entire testimony as void should it be proven that you are lying again. Yes, I entered the medicine room. It was while Yomu and Racing were talking, so it was afternoon. Okay, this is gonna be like a contradiction with the light with the mirror. I was just a little curious, but a mirror reflected a ray of light in my eyes that caused me to... I mean, it was just set up so freely. Holy shit, this is like 10 times easier than the Yomu trial. Not the Yomu trial, the Tenchi trial at the very least. Holy shit. However, the main cause was the lemon-shaped paperweight that had fallen to the floor. The shock from the impact knocked all the medicine packets from the shelves, but before I could do anything, Aaron came into the room. I saw her take 3 white packets and place them in Moko's spot, and then do the same with 3 pink packets in Notori's. Then she picked up the paperweight from the floor and said not a word of this to anyone.
What the fuck? She said, I'm going to kill that horrite, human scum.
I'm not sure what you meant that time, but I do now. She switched their placements on Bert. I'm gonna fucking... She truly has some nerve to do something like that in front of others.
Dude, Your Honor, can we please call bullshit? I can't believe she's completely saying Miss Yagakoro up to be the culprit. What do you mean you can't believe that? What do you mean you can't believe that, Aya?
It was blatantly like testimony the entire game. I think the one like that she gave 2 before this was more, but yeah.
This does not look good at all. If I can't prove anything across the... What do you mean it doesn't look good, Momiji? She just said absolute nonsense. I literally from the moment she started talking, before she gave the second piece of dialogue that revealed what the answer is to to contradict her. I knew what the answer was. I see, but I don't understand why you did not give that testimony from the start. Besides the fact that you're lying, you're out your ass. There are no contradictions in my opinion. Bruh. Of course, Your Honor. Now please hand down your verdict. Very well, then Aki, are you dumb? Please wait, Your Honor. We haven't cross-examined this testimony yet. Sucky off Yuko this trial. She sucks off Remy every trial. What good will it do at this point? The prosecution believes this testimony is sufficient to pass judgment. Even if this prosecution does, the defense does not. I feel this may not be a productive use of time. What? Aki, we haven't gone through, what, like 7 trials at this point, and I have a perfect track record. This entire thing reeks of garbage. So is the court gonna just ignore the rights of the defense? If so, the defense will have no choice but to take countermeasures. What would those countermeasures be? They would be... Aya, please calm down. Momiji, this is no time to start a dispute. We'd be better off cross-examining the witness. Your Honor, it is naturally given right for the defense to cross-examine every testimony. Do we not exercise that right? Please tell us clearly in black and white terms. Very well, then. I will grant you the right to cross-examine her. We should be fine now, Aya. Let's start. For the judge, victory is determined in black and white terms. Absolutely. Those 2 colors are the meaning of my existence. Thank you, Momiji. I suppose Sekiyuji's lies no matter what. Iki and Remy seem to be best friends, otherwise Iki would always do what Remy says. Or Patchy when Patchy was involved too. Because to be fair, it's kind of mixed between Remy and Patchy. A little more bit leaning Remy at this point, I think, but it's like a 4-3 or something. Enter with any purpose in mind. Not particularly. As I said before, I was merely a little curious. But isn't that room off limits to the public? Of course not. It wasn't locked and no one stopped me. And if those 2 things are true, it's not off limits. I think it was more because they didn't expect anyone to just wander in like you did. That happened? What mirror was this? The mirror in the medicine room, of course. I didn't expect a mirror to be in a place like that. It does seem a little unnatural, I suppose. Do you know what time it was? As I said, it was afternoon. I mean, like, this is just the most obvious argument answer right here. Maybe the light only reflects off the mirror at that time. Yeah, I think it's a small contradiction. So Miss Kanpaku's examination ended after noon, correct? That's right, I started talking with Racing too. And you came to the clinic before noon. I imagine it was around that time. You seem to be awfully fussy about the time. Because the trial hangs upon that detail. Should I challenge her? Yeah. I'm going to contest her testimony. I need evidence. What should I pick? There's a contradiction in your testimony. Why isn't the music changed? There's a contradiction in your testimony. The mirror only catches the light in the morning. However, you say you saw the reflection in the afternoon. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so that's the point you're trying to make. The clinic's operating hours are very short. In this case, afternoon is just a figure of speech. What are you... What? No, 11. This is the most blatant testimony I have ever heard. This is even more blatantly lie than Tenchi talking about, oh, I refer to the Koza Kappa. No, this. She's right. If you're gonna try to focus on that one detail, you're just gonna waste everyone's time. But do you have evidence? Evidence could exist, but if they want to fight, I'll just have to bluff. I do. If the court will take a look at this, it will all be very clear.
On that day, Miss Gyakura's handwriting worsened as a result of her brush breaking. That's about yeah, you can't be really suspicious about Yukio's testimony.
You mean the fact that Remy brought out one witness who was proven to have been false twice earlier, and then brought this new witness who has lied like 3 different times, has no logic behind any of her complaints at all? You mean that?
I can't imagine it would have been easy for her to do even a routine checkup in a timely manner. But the defendant is an excellent physician. Diagnosing a simple summer cold should take no time at all. So if she is as excellent as you're implying, how could she switch the medicines like that? Doesn't this seem like a contradiction to you? The defense has a point.
Why is this the point you're talking?
However, I still cannot say that the witness is lying at this juncture. Continue the cross-exam.
What?
Dude, it was afternoon, so you're specifying that it was afternoon. Yes, Your Honor, this does not reflect light afternoon, only in the morning.
Well, afternoon is a figure of speech.
Tori, no, yo, we need the bailiff to start whacking people's peepees. Yes, Your Honor. I proved this contradiction, but it wasn't enough, huh? What else am I missing? Is a really interesting question.
Your Honor, she tripped over the pen that was used for writing and then brushed it under the desk.
It couldn't have been that. Oh, it was the lemon. Yeah. While the light from the mirror blinded you, it wasn't enough to cause you to lose your balance. That's right, I never expected there to be a paperweight at my feet, too. Which was how you came to learn of the lemon-shaped paperweight. I didn't imagine such a thing existed until I saw it. Same here. You know what Miss Gyakuten was doing until then? I had no idea myself. I was trying to pick myself up off the ground, so I had no idea. Did she say anything? Nothing particular. I don't think she even noticed me. But thinking back on it now, I guess that why she came to the room was to do that. What is that? I'll explain it. White packet placed in Mocha's spine, and these pink packets in Notori's. The other can have in big things. You actually saw her do that. She was very quick about it, but I'm certain she did. I've been taking sword lessons from Yomu, so I was able to keep up. Is that true? You looks like your usual relaxed self. Well, did anything about that strike you as odd? Not at all. Whatever she did is the reality of the situation. You only see what you want to see. What? What? Because you keep trying to divert our attention. Anyway, don't you think you might be mistaken about the filing system? Yoma may not have testified yesterday. It may have testified yesterday that she was, but I'm not. What I saw was the truth. Truth. That's a nice word. It has the same wonderful ring that fate does. I'm gonna... Prosecution would refrain from additional comments, and regardless, there's a contradiction of testimony. Oops. Did you say contradiction? Then please submit your evidence to support your claim, unless, of course, that was a bluff. I've done it. I let myself get too carried away and blurted it out. Why can't we ball? You seem confident, although it might just be another of your bluffs. She has X-ray vision or something. She sees right through me. Oh, I actually do have evidence here. Do I actually have evidence? There's a world, there's this, right? It wouldn't be this. It's this, right? Because there's only 3? Or only 2 there? It could be that. I can't say it is that. No, this is the one that causes side effects. Because realistically, if this one was missing one, this is the good one for humans, right? Or should be. Yeah. Here's the proof. This is the bag delivered to Miss Kawashira's house. While it contains human medicine, it only has 2 packets. There's contradiction in the witness's testimony. She knows that this entire house of cards is shattered. I guess the truth is like that sometimes. Fate is a lot more sensible. That's not what you were saying before. This does not prove the unreliability of the witness's testimony. That is a decision for the judge to make. I cannot declare testimony null in such a minor mistake due to the cross-examination. Your Honor! You said that one more mistake and it's null, and I've proven 2! God, she's so stubborn. What does she mean by this? I think she meant placing the packets on different shelves. I didn't understand the meaning at the time, though. Why did Miss Gyakuten not want you to mention it to anyone else? I don't know. If she wanted me to keep quiet about it, she just need to ask. That to go that far seems. Pressing her now won't produce anything of worth. We won't know till we try. But as there's no proof that she didn't forbid anyone to speak of that matter, wouldn't it make sense to believe the witness's testimony? What? Or did Yuko PayPal to Aiki? Yeah, it seems like a fallacy to me. A fallacy, just like your ever so favored bluffs. Like. I like bluff regret. I'm not bluff. I not bluffed a single thing, Aya. It's just because you're brain dead. Really didn't know what she meant. Not at all. I fell, knocked over the medicine, then she came in and put them back there in different places from where they were originally. That's all I know what happened. I think putting the medicine in different places is enough. I thought about fixing her mistake. If she did it on purpose, I had a premonition that something terrible was bound to happen, and it certainly did. I'm so frustrated I can eat my fan. Me too. I know she's lying, but I can't say anything to prove it yet. Erin is guilty. Yeah. It's over. Maybe she's used to being watched while she works. Perhaps she thought that she would not be found out if she was brazen about it. I doubt she believed that medicine would be consumed on the very same day it was delivered. The longer it would have taken for the effects to come to fruition, the colder the trail of evidence would become. Exactly, but her brazen attitude ended up being her downfall. Like, you must be worried by now. Just like I said, with the incident happening so soon after, everyone's testimonies are fresh and accurate. Except for hers, of course. No use, I pressed her to a pancake, but no more lies are coming out. I never expected her to be so good at talking her way out of bad situations.
What? I'm gonna just...
I just move on. Keep pressing her. We can't admit defeat. One more. Your Honor, the defense has finished their cross-examination. Doesn't it seem about time to hand out your
Achy! Are you brain dead?
Please wait, Your Honor. We're not done yet. So get on with it. My time is precious, I'll have you know. Well then. Where should I start? You can't cross-examine her anymore. You're already out of ideas. Why, of course not. Michi, buy some time. Please be responsible, Aya. Just what am I supposed to do? Anything. Fake an illness or something. There's no way we'll get away with it. In the worst-case scenario, we'll be thrown out of the courtroom. There's nothing else we can do. Moichi, please.
Aya, what are you talking about?
This is gonna help us. Anyway, either. Oh. What seems to be the trouble, defense? One last futile struggle. How unsightly. Oops, I dropped my notebook. I have so much written in here. It's like a whole year's worth of newspaper articles. Did you keep the court records in there too? No, I keep those elsewhere. Here we go. Whew, pick it up off the floor. Sure works up a sweat. Ah. What happened, Aya? Well, Miji, didn't Miss Sagyoji testify that Miss Yagakoro picked up the paperweight? She did, I'm sure of it. That means if anything else had fallen on the floor, she would have noticed it, right? Yes, that sounds reasonable. In any case, I'll hand down my verdict. I find that... Achy! Commit seppuku. Matta! There is an obvious contradiction in Miss Saigyoji's testimony. You're too late. Your verdict, Your Honor. This reminds me of, like... I mean, this is the case at all. It's like... In, like, Day Europa, when you have, like... When you're giving all the evidence, you're like, here's the evidence why you're the culprit. You're, like, throwing evidence at... You're, like, right at the very end. But, like, you lose on, like, the very last thing. And then it's like... Ah, we didn't know who did it, guys. It's over. It's like, all the evidence points to one person. It's like, except for like the final piece of evidence. Like, oh, it's over, guys. I will give you one chance. However, if your evidence holds no sway, I'll immediately continue with my verdict.
No, not this again. No.
Understood, Your Honor. Yeah, this is important. Which evidence would they accept? It's the fallen packet, right? If anything else, it wouldn't make sense. Especially with what was just talked about. I think it must be the cucumbers. What is that? It's just medicine, is it not? Yes, indigestion medicine for humans, to be precise. However, the real meaning of this evidence is the place where it fell. Where it fell? Medicine fell and Miss Saigyoji bumped into the shelves. After that, Miss Yagakoro put most of the medicine in packets on the shelves and picked up the lemon-shaped paperweight from the floor. However, she did not notice one packet of medicine that had fallen to the ground. That is an obvious contradiction. Did she simply not notice it? That is unlikely. She should have realized there was a single pack of human indigestion medicine missing from the shelves. That is indeed a contradiction. I do not see how medicine you made yourself would not be closely monitored. That seems like the weirdest, like, What is the meaning of this, witness? Oh, she's pissing herself. Silence will not help our understanding. Miss Saigyoji, if your testimony breaks down, you are the only one who will be seen as the criminal. Are you going to accept that? I myself do not want to accept it, despite my belief in you, it seems. Shut your... It can't be. You treat the witness as a crook, but you have the evidence that permits you to do...
How did Aki pivot from... It's like, it has to be Aaron, undoubtedly, to it might be, to it's gotta be Yuyuko in 2 seconds! You still haven't altogether proven that she is the guilty party.
Why not? She's all but given up. What else is there? In this courtroom, surrender is not admissible without the proper evidence. Baseless capitulation is the height of absurdity. It is, isn't it? It is the height of absurdity, isn't it? Just as she says, even if the witness has given up, you must still provide adequate proof. No way. I can't prove anything like that. Even though we've come this far, we're still in a tight... We were just planning on getting Miss Sagyoji to give in, but the way things are going, Gyakuten is still gonna end up guilty. I've got it, Aya. You've got what? The first brain cell I've seen all try. Why don't you instead prove that Miss Gyakuten was innocent? To show evidence that Miss Gyakuten couldn't have done it, basically. Yeah, that's right. Using the process of elimination, we can remove all possibility of Miss Gyakuten committing the crime. That'll leave no one but Miss Sagyoji. That it will. So I need to present something that would absolutely not exist if Miss Gyakuten were the criminal. Are you quite ready? We are waiting for your evidence. Alright, the evidence proves Miss Sagyoji is the true culprit is... my cock and balls. What is this evidence? Is it the kimono? Because the garlic? Or is it the medicine because the garlic? I don't frickin' know. Which is the one that smelled of garlic? This one, right? Save a note. True. Maybe? It is. Okay. And no, what does this prove? No foolish stories this time, please. I wish to confer something with the prosecution. You have decided through process of elimination that Miss Gyakuten is the criminal, as Miss Sagyoji is not, correct? That should go without mention. I've said it many times throughout this trial. In that case, if we can prove Miss Gyakuten is not the criminal, then will you accept Miss Sagyoji is? Very well, I will accept that wager. Then if Miss Gyakuten were the criminal, this would present a clear contradiction. The reason being that she had purposely rigged the medicines to trick the victim into taking the wrong one. This note would have completely sabotaged all of her efforts. You determined that it was the defendant who wrote this? Couldn't it be a forgery? Who the fuck would forge this? Why would someone forge this? If this paper had remained in the door of Miss Fujiwara's hut as intended, this whole thing would have never happened. Did you compare the handwriting? We did not, but if you want to examine everyone at Ian Tape, be my guest. I can already imagine what the outcome would be. No, thank you. I trust in its authenticity regardless. Why did the victim take the medicine anyway if the paper was left for her? It came loose before she returned. And for your information, Miss Fujiwara was the one who picked it up, and I received it directly from her. That would explain it, witness. I mean, Yuko Sagyoji. I never expected you to. What the whatting what? The one who switched the medicines was me. That's what you want to hear, yes? Her attitude has taken a sudden change. Is her true self? Why would you do something like that? It was an honest mistake. Really? Yes, nothing more, nothing less. When I tripped and knocked the medicine off the shelves, I was mistaken in where I returned them. In essence, it was an accident. Well, if it was a simple accident, that changes matters. We cannot indict anyone that lacks animosity. This certainly turned a troublesome affair. Holding my tongue. She's still acting like this has nothing to do with her with that hoity-toity attitude. It was a really simple blunder, Miss Saigyoji. Okay. Wasn't there something you held against Miss Fujiwara that made you purposely switch those medicines? Maybe there was, and maybe there wasn't. You are on the attack, I am on the defense. On purpose or by accident, which side will be proven the victor? If Miss Saigyoji gets away at this point, this trial's gonna end in Miss Yardcore being declared guilty.
What? We literally just proved the...
The question at this point is whether or not Yuriko had any malice in this.
What?
Taking a loss when she admitted to her deeds would be too bad. What? Smoking! Literally would get people. I'm aware of that, but how can we prove that Miss Age you prepared the switch intentionally? It may be hard to find, but there must be something she overlooked. Remember what happened when the switch was made, you should be able to figure it out. Now, let's see here. Sage tripped into the shelves, causing all the medicine to fall off from the impact. The shelves contain medicine, the medicine for Miss Fujiwara, Miss Karashiro, and I think one more person. It was Miss Kochia, wasn't it? That means the medicine on those shelves belonged to 2 humans and 1 yokai. Through the color of the packets, the human medicine can easily be distinguished from the yokai medicine. However, Bensky, you prove that the witness intentionally switched the medicine. Give me like 2 more seconds. Huh? Please wait just a little longer, Your Honor. We just need a little more time. I'm sorry, but there is no more to give. I would like to bring this to a conclusion as soon as possible. As such, I only give you 1 chance to make your case. He's too strict. Fine then, Your Honor. Here's my proof. Wouldn't be that. Couldn't be that. Beautiful imagine the type of bullshit we're witnessing here. Hey, as long as the end result isn't as bad as the Suika trial, it's still better. What's the answer here? The garlic hasn't really been mentioned. Dude, the fact that if I get this prompt wrong, Aaron is somehow guilty is insane to me. Ask what's not the evidence. There's like 20 pieces of evidence! It's not the statement. It could be this. I doubt it, but like I honestly wouldn't put it past it. What here proved Yuriko's malice? Not the paperweight. Shouldn't be this. Obviously not the writing brush. I don't see it being this, necessarily, but it could be. It shouldn't be this stupid pack again. Nah, no. How much dialogue do I have to go through? Oh, I can do this! Oh, that's so easy! You're be able to look at everything you present, yeah. Let's try this just because of the garlic. No. Not allowed to continue any longer. It's obviously Aaron. I found the hold enter button. Yep, where I thought that. Nope, it certainly isn't. At least it's not like last time where I have to go through like the whole thing and like go through like 2 different like arguments in order to like get to this point, right? Try this. It was that. Why would that be any different than some of the other? This is a medicine distribution checklist, is it not? Medicine that fell off the shelves Miss Saikyoji struck was all meant for new customers in Iante's consignment system. These new customers consisted of 2 humans and 1 yokai. Indeed, no objections for the witness, I presume? No, but I wonder if she'll be able to prove my guilt with that evidence. What the fuck are you... Yeah, about the melee for attempting homicide, she's pretty lenient and so guilt. If there are no objections, I will continue. The human medicine is wrapped in differently colored packets from the yokai medicine. This allows it to be easily identified at a glance. Which means that given these 3 customers, there should have been more packets of human medicine in the pink-colored packaging. Proceed. Through her testimony, Miss Saikyoji clearly knew that those shelves contained the medicines for Miss Fujiwara, Miss Kawashiro, and Miss Kochiya. If she did not, she would have been unable to return the medicine to the shelves by accident or otherwise. Yes, I will agree to that. That means she should have realized that the packets with the most common color contained human medicine. Even if 1 pink colored packet fell out of sight, that would still left them in the majority. I'll be blunt. Miss Saikyoji, you must have known the difference between the human and yokai medicines. Means that you could not have placed the wrong medicine on Miss Fujiwara's shelf by accident. You win. Thank goodness. What? You are correct. I misplaced the medicine packets on purpose. I arranged them so Moko would develop side effects from taking yokai medicine. Why would you do something like that? There was no special reason. My power of death has no effect on someone who's consumed the Horia elixir, so I was merely looking through the medicine room for some other way. Then a chance to tumble from my paperwork helped me strike upon an idea. This wasn't a premeditated crime. That crime is blowing it out of proportion. It was nothing more than a prank. No, it's not a... No, she wasn't trying to kill someone. It's a prank. That went way beyond a prank. Miss Fujiwara spent a whole night in a great deal of suffering. Even immortal, that doesn't amount to more than a twinkling of an eye. I'd like to think of such stimuli every now and then are beneficial for her kind. Is this what she was really like? She always seemed so relaxed and easygoing, but now she's a completely different person. There's a rumor she's one of the major forces behind the spring snow incident, so there's a good chance this is her genuine personality. But it's such a shame. I didn't think I would be exposed so easily. I don't know, you'd have exposed a lot easier if like, literally, like, anyone else had more than 2 brain cells. However, I never imagined my prank would cause such a stir either, right, Yomu? Hey, to Yuyuko. No matter what you may think, you still went too far. Thank you, Yuyuko! But it wasn't even a little enjoyable. Not in the least! I offer my deepest apologies to all, and will make amends to the fullest extent of my ability hereafter. Let's you always be so dramatic, Yomu. Come now. Now that I finished testifying, let's return home. Being a witness works up a considerable appetite. Be a dear and prepare dinner once we return, would you? The trial's not over yet. Aki, can we, like, just kill everyone? Even Remy and Aya, honestly. Can we just kill everyone? I grant permission to leave the courtroom, on the condition that you return later to serve your sentence. See, we have the judge's permission, so we're leaving now. Please wait for me, I will follow shortly. I sincerely regret the trouble we've caused, if you will excuse us. The murderer leave?
An attempted murderer against a human, okay? Against an immortal.
Now the witness has left the courtroom, I shall land on my verdict. That the defendant area court is not guilty. Who would have fucking thought? Can't wait for someone to be like, I can't wait for someone to be like, oh wow, you were really about, I didn't think you could get out of that one. At the very least, one nice thing about this trial, it was really easy, except for that last one was like slightly tricky, but for the most part, it was really like pretty straightforward. Like, it was not like one where I'm like pulling at straws trying to figure out like what the correct answer is. All this mess just turned out to be some sick idea of a prank. And she still tried to pin the blame on Miss Yagakoro. I wonder if that would upset even her. Upset even who? Oh, there you are, Miss Yagakoro. Have you been released? Yes, I have. Like, I also apologize for the mistaken arrest. Well, it's not like even a detective would have been able to see what happened as a prank. By the way, aren't you bothered in the least about being set up by Miss Sagyoji? Is there a reason why I would be? I don't fucking know. Maybe framed as a murderer? Or attempted? Maybe she's just that kind of person. Good entertainment still, or maybe even because it's so infuriating. It's a mixture. Regardless, I've concluded my diary, so I shall not confer it upon you. Thank you so very much. I get the serialized my newspaper. That should make this whole ordeal worthwhile. What's the matter? I'm so terrified to click to the next sentence that's gonna make. See if it's Yagakoro. Yes, what is it? What's written here? I've never seen this kind of lettering before. That's Luna script. I always write personal notes in my native language. Please write this like your medical records so I can read it. Medical records are a different matter. Asking me to rewrite it now is a possible request. There shall not be any time for that. So you won't? You're of great assistance to me. If I am ever in trouble again, I will be sure to depend upon you. I give two flaps about that. Just do something about your diary. I was counting on this to give me the scoop I needed. Let's start a diary of your own. Every time, it's the same old thing. Each case is just a prank gone wrong. Even though I win, I come up empty-handed. I've had just about enough of this. Thank you! This is the most peak statement of the entire game so far. Both games. The prank gone wrong. If I win, I come up empty-handed. Even if I win, it's hollow. If we continue, I'm gonna... New episode's been unlocked. Dead bodies. Oh, hello. Oh, after finding Satori cursed with paralysis, Koichi has Oku arrested, but Ora knows better. What the fuck? Excuse me? That is a synopsis and a half. What the frick? They gang rise up. Yeah, rise up against each other. So if we base the previous trial and several other trials logic on it, what's gonna happen? Someone paralyzed Satori. Oku, you did it! Here's a bunch of fabricated evidence that proves that Oku did it. Oku has no brain power, so she could have possibly done any of this. It's gonna end up, frickety frack.
I don't know, insert some random... Insert, Kaneko, you know, Mariah Shrine Conspiracy. Oh, I did it to paralyze Satori. But, like, I actually did it, like, because I needed... I wanted to arrest Oku so I could, like, research her, like, the Sun Yatagarasu. Actually, I needed her out of the reactor so I could, like, work on it. So I need her arrested temporarily. So I paralyzed Satori for research purpose. I don't know. I'll play more of this on Monday. But for now, it is 11:15. I need to go to sleep. I'll be back tomorrow for the usuals. But until then, I'm out of here.